around the SEMA show, and we stopped over to see our friends at Mechman and our buddy Matt here to show off their cool alternators. If you guys haven't heard of Mechman, you need to. They are the #1 alternator guys in the game, and they make an alternator for just about everything. So how are you today, Matt, and what's going on with you?
I'm doing great. It's a great show, and thanks for stopping by. I'm glad you guys, come by and, give us a little shout out. We got some great new products out there, and we're just trying to show them off, show them to everyone at the show.
Yeah, and you guys make some really cool stuff, and like I said, I even have one on my own rig. So let's walk into your new products and kind of what you guys got going on for the folks at home that don't know what you guys are all about.
Sure. So we redesigned this new 400 amp alternator this year. This is for your car audio type applications, guys with big stereo systems, things of that nature. It's got a redesigned front housing, better cooling, of course, fancy little Mechman engraving and everything else. That's been a real hot seller, very popular at the show thus far. Another unit we have here, this is brand new. This is for your LS swap engine folks, basically the guys that are swapping LS engines, with whatever fuel management you have, whether it be Phytech or the Holly or, whatever it is. We provide the pigtail with this. It's a single wire turn on, works great. It's also relatively compact. It's a little bit smaller than this alternator, if you can see that. So this will fit all of your popular LS truck bracket applications, some Holden applications, GTOs, things like that, things of that nature. 240 amps, 120 amps at idle, excellent cooling, and the big thing is it tolerates the RPM. So these guys that are spinning their LS engines, 7,000, 7,500 RPM, this alternator is going to hold up, whereas the stock truck alternator is not.
Yeah, and that's a super common problem with, a lot of the electrical charging on the LS stuff is when you get into a high performance application, you start really wringing that thing out. Alternators, what's going to unfortunately give up. And you guys have solved that problem, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to be happy about that. Now, tell us a little bit about what sets you guys apart from other alternator manufacturers.
Well, so primarily we're using late model 6-phase technology. A lot of folks are still using, Delco, old school technology from the 80s and 90s, things like that. We're using the same internals like you would get on a brand new Corvette, essentially. But we're putting them in housings that you can put on, LS engine swaps, old street rods, 65 Chevy, things of that nature. And we come up with a regulator that's very simple, very easy to wire, and regulates the voltage pretty much in the mid 14 volt range all the time.
My favorite part about Mechman is where are these things built?
Oh, these are all built in Knoxville, Tennessee. The housings are machined in Knoxville, Tennessee. We package them and we ship them out.
Yeah, and I absolutely adore that you guys are still making them here, and that's absolutely fantastic. These aren't our granddaddy's one-wire GM alternators. You guys have really brought technology to the game, and you got to appreciate that. There's a lot more to this than most people think, and not every alternator is the same, and you guys really prove that.
One size does not fit all. It's more about look at the description, find the alternator that's you wouldn't want to put a 400 amp alternator on a racing application, because of pulley ratio and other things like that. You really want to have the alternator engineered just like a camshaft or anything else. You want it to be engineered for the application that you're using it for.
Yeah, and that's super cool you guys take all that into consideration. Now, and you guys do a lot more than just, say, GM alternators. It's you guys basically make an alternator for everything.
Oh yeah, we have about 700 different, individual part numbers. We make them for Toyota, Honda, Ford, all kinds of stuff. We got a beautiful Coyote unit over there that fits in tight, makes 240 amps. We also have a regulator that will maintain voltage in the mid 14 volt range, whereas the stock Ford regulator regulates voltage, and a lot of enthusiasts they don't want to see their voltage drop down in the 13s and the 12s because the computer is shutting it down. They want it to be consistent, and we provide products that can do that.
So if you guys want to check out the full offering from Mechman, jump onto the Summit Racing website and see what we got going on there. We appreciate you taking the time to talk to us today, Matt, and we can't wait to see what you guys bring to the game in the future.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for the time.